welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levine Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. And this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
And he goes out right around the 39.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Stroud looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. And room there to work it inside the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handle winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Oh, right. 18. What's up?
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Stroud. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn, the kickoff for Houston.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
First down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
There's Charbonnet once again. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
All right. 18. Outside.
They'll begin on the ground with Marks. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Here we go. 18. Outside.
Here's Stroud. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
All right. 18. 19 Texas.
They'll try and run forward Marks. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here.
18. Outside.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now I don't think they have any choice.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
Yeah, that's a good start to drive number 2. Remember, they had to punt the first time they had it. So maybe a little bit different sense of purpose here, and they start out with a nice gain and a quick first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
First down, Seattle.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Seahawks have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now out comes Houston. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Tony.
Now Stroud. They set up the screen, Marks. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
Titus Howard, right tackle, demand flag for that one.
Still 2nd down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
All right. 18. That's it.
Stroud going to give to Marks. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Third and 19.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Stroud to throw it. This one left side caught by Collins. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line.
A gain of 13 on the play.
And we've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. It's a close game here early on. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Fielded at the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Smith and Jigba in motion right. Here's Darnold. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Seahawks.
Go set.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That one caught. It's Horton. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Darnold now to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cobb. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now they'll send Kupp in motion right. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Play action. It's Darnold. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
Oh, ready? 118. What's that?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Oh, ready? 118. What's that?
And Stroud now to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's caught again by Schultz. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Now Chubb running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Texans first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now he's going to step up and run. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here you go. Tony.
To throw on second and 10. Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here.
18. That's it.
Here goes Stroud again. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Zach Charbonnet and his teammates back to the field for another drive. He's over 40 yards here. Second quarter been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And Darnold going to slide to the ground here, but not before he does pick up the first down. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back to throw, Darnold. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Gain of 5. First down, Seahawks.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Now to the ground, here's Walker. Wiggles free. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. From the 34-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Darnold from the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Here's Noel. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
Throwing again is Stroud. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
For the Texans.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 12-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Seattle.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
It's 2nd and 8.
So 2 corners in the books here in Santa Clara. The Super Bowl 60 halftime straight ahead with Scott Hanson.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams try. To find the right formula to come out with the victory.
To kick off for Houston.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that. Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Darnold. He'll try and do this. Oh, Darnold loses it. And the Texans scoop it. He may go. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Texans 10.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Off of play action, Darnold. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will score a pick-6 for the Texans TD. Well, this defense, they've been terrific all year, and they come through with a pick-6 here on the game's biggest stage.
Perfect descriptor there because we have seen this time and time again. This defense, their ability to take the ball away from teams, they definitely have a nose for the football, and it pays off again on that play.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Darrell Taylor with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Stroud. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And the Texans, 1st down.
When the spotlight is at its brightest,
33-yard line.
and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Stroud to throw it. That's going to be caught by Kirk. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Stroud looking to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Fourth down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
44-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Oh, nice move. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Darnold down to throw. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's Darnold. Throw left side, complete to Cup. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
It's now second and 6 at the Texans' 37-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
At the 10-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. Walker And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on third down, 3 yards in the wrong direction.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will shrink to 6. The 10-play drive that time. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Texans back out there and ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
18, what's that?
Play action. Stroud now. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
18, what's that?
Chubb on the counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here we go. 18, what's that?
Marks now on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And Stroud now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Here we go. 18, what's that?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is caught. breaks the tackle. Now an alley. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 50 yards. And the Texans will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because taking that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And Darnold got to be intercepted for the third time. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
And now out comes Houston. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
All right. 18, what's that?
They begin this drive with Chubb. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, let's go. 18, what's that?
Stroud sets up the play action. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
18, what's that?
On the zone read, to give to Marks.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of...
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Throwing now is Stroud. The back foot throw there is incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
First down.
Now it's Darnold. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
To throw is Darnold.
It's in the game.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. We're in the fourth quarter, and it's the Seahawks in possession of the football.
2nd and 10.
Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Will Anderson.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Darnold.
And complete to Smith and Jigba.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Houston set to take over.
And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Stroud. They set up the screen, Marks.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
All right.
Throwing now is Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
A tackle made by Boye Mafe.
2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Second and 9.
Here we go.
And again, it's Chubb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Stroud sets up the play action. He'll try and do this himself.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here we go. Swap. Another swap.
Stroud. Open man is Collins. He's got it. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And we're at the time of the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Darnold. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Outright to Smith and Jigbo.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 11 yards for number 11.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Throwing again is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
To throw is Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
First down, Seahawks.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Darnold to throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. This is caught. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Torrey Horton there to make the grab. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll begin on the ground with Marks. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Already.
And Stroud now to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection. It's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Marks now on 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
18, outside.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Here we go. 12.
Stroud going to give to Marks. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7.
All right. 19 taxi.
Up the middle, it's Marks. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Stroud off the play fake.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Kobe Bryant
coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
So now Darnold and the Seahawks
down by 5, 1:53 remaining. A touchdown could win the Super Bowl as they've got a 1st down.
Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Here's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
It's a gain of 7.
Now Darnold.
Second and 3.
Now he's going to step up and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
First down.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Seahawks.
And with 45 seconds showing, he spikes the football.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Darnold to throw.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now it's Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
What a moment. Commissioner Goodell making the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to the Houston Texans. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brendan Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.